Welcome to yoga. For our practice today, you may need a block or two. Grab your things. Meet me in child's pose. With your knees as wide as comfortable, arms long in front of you. Surrender your upper body down to the mat and relax everything that you don't need. Each exhale an opportunity to release tension. And for these next few poses, allow your mind to process. Allow your mind to go wherever it wants to go. But as it does so, observe and take note of where your mind goes. And when you begin to notice a pattern, it's easier to break that pattern. So just let it go. Let it process and make your way to downward facing dog. Taking all the micro adjustments and mini movements that work for you in this pose. And even if your knees are slightly bent, just work your way to a long spine, an open heart, and a heavy head. From here, walk your feet to the top of your mat and crouch down into a tiny little ball, crouch and curl. If this is a little too intense today, you can always take a standing forward fold instead. Wherever you are, let your head hang heavy and let your breath travel up and down your spine. Begin to unroll. Toe heel your feet about hip distance apart and find halfway lift. Sliding your hands up your shins, even up to your thighs, for a nice long flat back. Pinch your shoulder blades together behind you and lengthen from your tailbone through the crown of your head. It helps if you can shift some weight forward to the ball mounts of your feet so you can hinge a little deeper at your hips, intensifying the sensation in your hamstrings for 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. With bent knees, grab onto your elbows for a ragdoll pose. The idea here is that your upper body is as loose and relaxed as a ragdoll. Now for your favorite, sunflower. Keep your arms as they are, ground down through your feet, and slowly begin to rise along your right side. Until you come all the way up, elbows reaching up towards the ceiling, then lower down towards your left side. And switch directions. Rise along your left side. Inhaling as you come all the way up, then exhaling as you lower down your right side. Well done. Release your hands at the bottom. Plant your left hand down on fingertips and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Opening through your chest and shoulders, bend your left knee as much as you need to so this can feel really good. Big inhale. Exhale, release your right hand down to replace your left, then reach your left arm high, bending your right knee as much as you'd like. Big breath in. As you breathe out, release your left arm down. For mountain pose. Come all the way up, hands reach up towards the ceiling, then grab onto your left wrist and dive your body to the right. Stretching through your whole left side body. Inhale back to center, switch your grip, and exhale, dive to the left. Stretching out your whole right side body. Inhale, come back to center. Then as you exhale, mini back bend. Cactus your arms, bending your elbows open, and lift up through your heart. Big breath in. Then come back to center, hands together at heart center. Anchor your mind on your mat. Inhale, find mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, gentle bend in your knees, come all the way down. For a halfway lift, slide your hands up your shins, press your heart forward, nice long flat back. Then plant your hands and step your feet back into a high plank and slow lower all the way down to your belly. For low cobra, zip your legs and feet together and peel your chest up off the mat using the muscles in your back so your hands just hover by your sides. Gaze is a few inches out in front of you so you're not craning your neck. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Slow release, press up and back, find downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the top of your mat. You will want a wide stance here, so if you need to, grab your ankle with your hand and pull it up. So your right knee is stacked on top of your right ankle. From here, plant your left hand down on the mat or on fingertips and reach your right arm up to the ceiling for a dragonfly. We'll be in the next few poses for about 3 to 5 breaths each, so feel free to take any movement or variation that feels best for you. In this dragonfly, you're welcome to lean back, opening up through your chest, or sink into your hips. From here, take your right hand down and place it inside of your right ankle as your back heel spins down, setting up for extended side angle. So you can take your right fingertips down on the mat, you can place your hand on a block, or even your forearm on your thigh. Wherever you are, reach your left arm up to the ceiling and lift up and back through your left shoulder. And consider that all of this is about relaxing and releasing. So once we put ourselves in a position, we'll relax what we don't need instead of straining and reaching for a stretch. So give that a try in our next pose, runner's lunge. Lower both hands down to the mat inside of your right foot. Lower your back knee down and sink into your hips. Relax. Don't strain. And notice if you can feel any connection with the sensation in your left hip flexor to your deep, smooth breath. To intensify, bend your back knee and reach back with your right hand. And it's okay if there's space between your hand and your foot. You're probably still feeling a lot of the sensation, so just breathe into that. If you do connect your hand to your foot, then just open up through your chest. Deepen your breath. Each inhale, an opportunity to lengthen. Each exhale, an opportunity to soften. Release your back foot with both hands down. Shift your hips back to straighten out your right leg so your hips stack over your left knee. Your hands can plant on fingertips or on your blocks, but do your best to find a long spine, lengthening out of your hips. Do yourself a favor and point your toes like you were trying to get your big toe to touch the mat. I know you feel it. Relax your face. Or try a gentle smile, some counter tension in your face. Now from here, slowly rise to stand on your left knee. And if you have a block, place it next to your left ankle on its highest setting. You'll thank me later. And with your right leg straight out in front of you, with your right foot flat on your mat, reach your left hand back to rest on your block or on your ankle or on your mat behind you. Then reach your right arm up to the ceiling for a variation of half camel. Allow the intensity to keep you present. And this is already very intense, I know. But if you want, you can take it a step further by reaching your arm back. Breathe. When you're breathing deeply, remember that your exhale is the most important part of that breath. Your exhale is where you can let go of all the stale air in your lungs, making space for an even deeper inhale. So just think to yourself, take care of the exhale. The inhale will take care of itself. With control, slowly rise. Walk your hands forward to find a runner's lunge. Both hands plant inside of your right ankle. Sink into your hips, noticing how the sensation of the stretch has moved in your hip flexor, higher up into your psoas. This is a good place to reset and relax from that half camel. And then from here, shift your hips back once more to take a seat on your heel or on your block for another variation of Hanumanasana Prep, your deep hamstring stretch. But this time your hips are all the way down, your leg is long in front of you, and you can stay tall just hinging at your hips, or fold and let gravity take hold. From here, slowly rise. Walk your hands forward. And make your way back to downward facing dog. Notice how your right and left side might feel pretty different at this point. Then let's even it out and step your left foot forward. Take a long stance. So your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Then when you're ready, find dragonfly, a similar variation that you took on the other side, with your right hand down, your left arm high, open through your chest, sink into your hips, deepen your breath. Next, find extended side angle. Lower your left hand down, propping as you please, then reach your right arm high. As you spin your back heel down, your hips will open towards the side of your mat, but your left forearm keeps your left knee pressing open. This invites some nice tension-releasing sensation in your left inner thigh. And as you reach up through your right arm and lean back through your right shoulder, you're actually twisting your body open. This is really good for your posture. Breathe into all the sensation that you feel in this pose. From here, lower down into runner's lunge. Releasing both hands down inside of your left ankle. Lower your back knee down. And relax. Don't strain, don't reach, just breathe. Since we're already manipulating our body into positions, there's no need to strain to try to intensify the stretch. That will happen as long as you relax into place. And if you do find yourself straining, well, your body is going to get strained as a result. Because your body doesn't know if it should trust you. Is this a good place to be or a bad place to be? So it's going to defensively tense up against you, which is why the key focus here, within every stretch, is to relax and just breathe. And add on your quad opener. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand. Then gentle release, and shift your hips back, straightening out your left leg, propping your hands on fingertips or on your blocks for Hanumanasana prep, but straighten out your left foot, pointing your toes as if you're trying to get your big toe to touch the mat. And remember, relax into place. You can soften your shoulders. The muscles in your face won't help you here unless you're smiling. You got this. Setting up your half camel, slowly rise to stand on your right knee. With your left foot anchored flat on the mat, left leg long, move your block into place if you use it on the other side. And when you're ready, you'll reach your right arm back, finding a place of support on the block, ankle, or ground, and reach your left arm up. Long, deep breaths in through your nose. Long, deep breath out through your nose. Remember, you can reach back if you did on the other side, intensifying even more, as long as you can still control your breath and the muscles in your face. You're here for 2 more deep, smooth breaths. With control, slowly rise, then walk your hands forward, coming into your runner's lunge, a place to just relax and reset. Soften through your hips and shoulders. Feel your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Then shift your hips back, take a seat on your heel or on your block for the same variation of Hanumanasana prep that you took on the other side, knowing that you're doing plenty just by hinging slightly at your hips. Or if it works for you, you can just completely fold and give into gravity. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Make your way to downward facing dog. And notice how this down dog feels different than the one before. And let's set up half pigeon on your right side. Remember, you can always take the figure 4 variation instead. Bring your right knee towards your right wrist, ankle somewhere towards your left wrist. Sink down into your hips and do your best to keep your hips squared off to the top of your mat. If it feels good, you can stay lifted on your hands, opening through your chest. And in time, you're welcome to lower down to your forearms, maybe even surrender all the way down to your mat. Deepen your breath and relax your body, your mind, and even the tiny muscles in your face. And take your time as you slowly rise and switch sides. Left knee towards your left wrist, ankle towards your right. Sink into your hips and find a similar variation that you took on the other side. Slowly rise and make your way back into child's pose to reset. Relax through your lower back, soften through your shoulders, and take a big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Namaste.